Hey everybody, CVM here, along with BBD. We're not doing an actual deck tech on the deck that I'm playing, as it's Mono Blue Devotion. Everybody knows, how the deck works. We do have a couple new cards though. I am playing Hypnotic Siren, the old Flying Man with upside.
It's actually just Flying Man.
Yeah, it actually is just Flying Man. But I do have, aspirations of mind controlling something. The list is playing a Nykthos, so it is feasible to be able to bestow it at some point. Plus, a lot of times with that mono blue deck, you just flood out. So I can definitely see being able to bestow it. And then we also have a couple Hall of Triumph. So you can kill my Master Waves, but I'm going to keep some elementals around afterwards.
Rats. That sucks.
Nope, they're elementals. They're not rats.
Oh. Well, yeah, well, I got nothing after that. I'm just dead.
So let's go ahead and jump in and play some Magic.
I got one question for you, CVM.
What?
Are you ready to battle?
Yeah, I think so.
Would you like to determine the outcome of who gets to play or draw with a dice roll?
I would.
14.
Man, that seems like it's probably about average.
I think it's exactly average. 2 3s and 2 4s. And I see 6s. Alright, whatever. Lucky.
I'll go first.
Super lucky. I'll tell you what. I don't always play Precinct Captain, Brimaz, and Soldier of the Pantheon in my decks. But when I do, I also play Sphinx's Revelation in 27 land.
That seems about right.
Yep.
Okay, so this hand is pretty interesting. I would much rather have like an actual 1-drop, but I still think that this hand is a keeper. Like if we draw a land, this hand is just very, very good. And we have quite a few lands in our deck, so
Alright.
we're going to keep.
Well, my hand is extremely average, so I will keep it.
That just means it's very good. Island, go.
It's really not. Oh, hey, we just drew a Soldier of the Pantheon. Go.
Oh my goodness.
Yep. Starting fresh. Starting fresh.
Wow.
Is that a Tidebinder Mage?
No, it is not.
I would like to gain a life.
Go ahead.
All right. That was a bad draw. How do I... So we can attack or we can not attack. And I think the answer is to attack here.
Well, I cannot block.
Because if he spends his turn just pumping that guy, I'm okay with it. You're up.
All right, so that is not a land.
No blocks. 20. Resolves.
Go ahead.
All right, deck. All right, that's not a bad one. Not a bad one. I'll attack. And I will play a creature I've never played before, Brimaz, King of Oreskos.
You've never played that guy.
He has never entered the battlefield before.
So there's actually a good chance that I should have just pumped last turn and held on to this. Fairly inexperienced with this deck, and we can see there that is true. So I think that I could just play this and name blue, but any Detention Sphere or Banishing Light just puts me in a pretty bad spot. I also could cast this, but then the same would be true. But if he doesn't have it, then this has more upside. The other option would be to cast this, which does nothing. So I think that I'm just going to cast Thassa.
Yep.
And then we'll pass.
Come on, deck. All right, that's acceptable. It's acceptable deck. So we can jam this thing. doesn't really accomplish anything. Or we can play this, which I think is what we're going to do. And try to get that Thassa out of here. Since I don't think Thassa is very good for us. So, yeah, we're going to go ahead and Detention Sphere the Thassa. And I think I just go ahead and attack with the team. Yep. We will send everything.
So I think here that I actually just want to trade off some creatures. And we can leave him with the Brimaz.
Okay.
So I'll block like that.
So you take 3.
Yep, I'll go to 13.
And these both die. And it is your turn.
Land would be nice. That's not land.
Would it?
Okay. So we're at 13. Then we could probably take one more hit, and I really want to get this guy down so we can start trying to work it. So we'll cast a Spectre and then pass.
Okay. Draw.
Nykthos would be real nice.
That was a bad draw for us there, unfortunately. Not exactly what we were looking for. We're going to go ahead and attack with Brimaz.
1, 2, 3. Okay, so you don't have enough mana to flash in the Dictate of Heliod, thankfully. So I'm going to block the cat with my Frostburn Raid.
Okay. And you go to 10?
Yep.
Alright, well, I'm going to play Afara, God of the Polis. And I will pass the turn. And draw a card in your upkeep.
Yep. Alright, so now we'll draw for our turn. Alright, so you're actually 1 away from turning on Afara.
Correct.
So we're just going to attack you with our Nightbill Spectre. Get
18.
a trigger. And it's a land. Look at that.
That is the land that I needed. It's black bordered too. Just got a black bordered, white bordered. Got a real ugly mix here.
So I can just play this now. Which I don't know how much that does yet. I'm not going to be able to stop him from making a guy. So 4, 5, so I'll have 5 mana next turn. Yeah, so I think that we just want to get this in play now.
Okay.
And we'll name blue.
You can name red.
I could. I could also name black.
Name black. Okay.
No, I'll pass.
Alright. You should have attacked into this last turn.
I might have something in your upkeep.
We getting hybridized?
Yeah, I think I actually want to do this in the upkeep. We're gonna rapid hybridization
Alright.
that guy.
To get a
We
little
need a
frog lizard. Yep. I will draw for turn. Oh, that's not a bad draw. But I don't think we're going to play it yet. I think we're just going to go ahead and play these two. So I'll play a Soldier of the Pantheon, a Brimaz, And then I'll attack with a Fara.
So we really need to hit a Nykthos. I think that I just have to take it now.
Okay, so you're at 4.
Yep.
And I will pass the turn. And draw a card in your upkeep.
Yep. Well, that's not bad. Alright, so we're going to start with...
Attack. Alright, so I go to 15. Don't need any more of those.
Not surprised one bit. Alright, so we're going to tap this guy down.
No, my frog lizard.
And we'll play Hypnotic Siren.
And for a second I thought I was going to gain a life because it looks multicolored, but
It
it's
is not,
not.
and I'll pass.
Alright, passing the turn. It's a clear down. Alright, so we draw. Whew, that's a spicy one. By that I mean it's a land that comes into play tapped. Alright, so we have access to 7 mana basically. Alright, he has to chump some things. So we can either play Banishing Light or Elspeth this turn. I'm not 100% on which is the stronger play. If we Banishing Light his Hall of Triumph, that makes our attack a lot better. So I think that that's actually the better play, so I'm going to go ahead and just do that. And sadly we're wasting a lot of mana, but go ahead and Banishing Light that Hall of Triumph. And go to attacks.
Yep.
So I will attack with everything. Cat Soldier enters the battlefield.
So I don't really think there's anything that we can do here. I guess I could chain Master of Waves. So I know I have to chump the Afara. So I guess I could just put the Siren on the Afara, the Tidebinder here, and then the Weird on the Cat Soldier, and I'll take 3 and go 2-1.
Okay, so this is dead, these trade. I will...
And your token dies too.
Yeah, the token is dead. I'll go ahead and scry. And... Ooh, that's interesting. I wonder if I should give him this one or not. So if he draws a Nykthos off of the top of his deck, this is actually really good for him.
Dude, that's Sphinx's Revelation?
Yes. I'm gonna leave it on top. We'll play a little ballsier. So, oh, and I get to draw it. Yeah, that's right. I get to draw it. Yeah, I'll just pass the turn. Yeah, I want to draw that Sphinx's Revelation. Forgot about Afara. That actually.
How lucky.
Yeah.
I'll draw.
Sphinx's Revelation. That'll be
I'll
nice.
hit you for 2 because I want to see what I get.
Puts me to 13, and it's a Sphinx's Revelation. What do you know?
Yeah, like I can survive for a turn, but actually I can't. I can play 2 blockers, but I died at a 1/1 from Brimaz.
Yep. All right, so we were lucky you did not have the card Master of Waves that game.
I mean, third land on turn 3 would have been fine too, but
Yeah. All right, we are back for game number 2. Whew.
well, we have the exact opposite of the problem that we had last game, and I don't want to keep this hand. Like, if I draw another land, I'm probably just dead.
Does it change your decision if you know that I have an Azorius Skull Gate in my opening hand?
No.
All right.
Because if I draw a non-Mutavault land, it'd be rough. But any number of spells can be good. Alright, I'm going to mulligan this hand because we have Nightveil Spectre to try and catch us up. But I think this is borderline keepable.
Yeah, that's a tough one.
But like, if I draw an island like the next 3 turns, I'm just probably going to lose.
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Island and Biden and Thassa, those would have been some good
Biden's
ones.
just the actual best card you can draw with a hand like that. Alright, let's see if the 6 can be better. I've seen worse, so
Alright.
I will keep. Will Flying Men pass?
Strong. All right. A little Guildgate pass. So I didn't mention anything about my hand, but this is the null rod of opening
We'll get in
hands.
for 1,
It
and we'll play
does
a
nothing.
Pathfinder Mage and pass.
Uh-oh. We are go.
Oh, man,
We are
I have an aggressive draw, too.
That's bad news for us.
Yeah, it is.
We're just getting beat down.
Blue. 5.
Yep, I will take it and go to 14.
Go ahead.
Stop having Hall of Triumph.
I mean, we don't got much else.
All right, well, I have a Banishing Light.
Alright, it resolves.
I don't know if I should get the Hall or the Tidebinder Mage. I think I have to get the Hall, even though it means I take 1 more damage. Maybe that's just wrong. It's a tough decision because any misstep. Yeah, I think I have to get the Hall because it just makes all of his other cards later better, even though we take an extra damage. Go.
Alright, deck.
Brick. 11.
Good.
Whew. All right, we're still in it,
We can't have them all.
and we have drawn a plethora of land cards. I'm gonna play Spear of Heliod and say go.
I'm thinking if I want to use this now.
Turn that Siren into a 3/3.
That's what I'm thinking about. It might be a Frog Lizard. You have 4 cards?
I have 5 cards.
5 cards.
They're all Nykthoses. All 5 of them.
Well, he doesn't really have many ways to interact with this card, as far as flyers are concerned. So, I actually don't think I do anything yet. I'm just going to wait.
Brick.
Oh man, that was the best card I could have drawn.
I don't know if that's
these aren't elementals, right? Nope. I'll
Alright.
hit you for 3. Trigger. No, it was the best card I could have drawn. What for?
So it actually
Go
was
ahead.
the best card he could have drawn. All right, well, we needed to basically draw an answer to that card or we're dead.
I don't know. Biting could have been good too. But now you're just a detention sphere away.
Oh, does this...
Sorry, it's Guildgate. Does it answer Master of Waves?
Does this answer? No? Do these answer master? No.
What did you keep?
Do these. I kept this, and lands.
Okay, you just drew all lands.
And
a rev.
And another rev. Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, we're dead. I'm dead. I actually think it was a fine keep, but we drew nothing and died. So.
Yeah, like this was
Oh, had a land coming.
This was my opening 6.
Yeah, it's about as good as it gets. All right, we are back for sideboarding after the pre-board games fell 1-1 between the two Titanic decks. As for myself, I'm bringing in 6 angels, 2 of which look suspiciously like human soldiers, but really they're angels.
Angel of Seraph. Can't beat it.
And then I'm bringing in a deicide and a gainsay, so hopefully we get a chance to deicide some Thassa. That would be sweet, or gainsay some Thassa.
Maybe I should just side my passes out.
I'm fine with that too, actually.
I don't want them to be decided.
I like that plan a lot. I'm fine with 1 dead deicide. And then, yeah, the 6 angels here are just huge brick walls for his deck to attack through. Gaining life is pretty good at, because his deck doesn't do a lot of damage. And then Angel Serenity just kind of mops up afterwards. So I'm going to cut 2 Elspeths, just trimming down to 2, since we don't want to flood on expensive cards. Excuse me. I'm cutting a Dictate and a Brimaz. 1, Brimaz doesn't die very often, so having 4 isn't great. And 2, it doesn't attack through Frostburn Weird. And it trades with like a couple of Master Wave Elementals and things like that, so it's not like the best threat against his deck. And then I'm cutting 1 Dictate just because I don't want to have too many permanents that don't do anything immediately, and we're also bringing in a lot of expensive cards. So I don't want to have too many expensive cards. And then I'm cutting the 4 soldiers, which I'm sure a lot of people will disagree with this, but I don't actually think soldier is that good against mono blue. A lot of times they'll come down on turn 1 and deal like 10 damage because like they just don't have a profitable way to block it. But dealing 10 damage doesn't actually win you the game, and it gets outclassed like the longer the game goes on, to the point where I don't actually think that it's actually that good. Even though like it seems like it does a lot, it just has such a marginal board presence the later the game goes. So I end up liking to cutting it and prefer to rely on just going over the top of them. So this is my sideboard plan.
As for myself, I am bringing in 2 rapid hybridizations. As any deck with access to white, I have to fear Archangel of Thune coming out of the sideboard.
What about Seraphadon? You have to fear that?
Yes, actually. I think it's going to end up being very, very good. Like, I'm going to have to just give you a 3/3, otherwise I just can't attack through the card. I am bringing in the 2nd Cyclonic Rift, and I'm also bringing in some Dissolves. So this is just another way to be proactive against Archangel of Thune. Especially in games where I'm on the play, if I can go like 1-drop, 2-drop, and then just like sit on a Dissolve for an important spell, then I can just steal the game then and there. And I'm bringing in a Jace just because I wanted to cut a Bident. So I think that Jace is better than Bident in this matchup. So I'm just swapping a Jace for a Bident. Now I am cutting the 4 Hypnotic Sirens and 2 Tidebinder Mages. You may have noticed from last game that these are the 2 cards that dealt all the damage to win the game. But it could have been Frostburn Weird and Clutching Raptor. It would have just like been the same thing. I don't just want to have all these flyers, especially since I'm cutting a Bident, and we just have to find something to cut for the cards that we're bringing in. And I think that Tidebinder is just much worse than Frostburn Weird, since it can at least hold off a Brimaz.
Yeah, Frostburn also holds off Precinct and some other things too. So.
Yeah, which is we didn't see, but they are definitely very important. So let's go ahead and jump into battle and see how much life you can gain.
Hopefully a lot. All right, come on, best 7 I've ever seen. Well, this is not. Yeah? Huh? All right, we're gonna give it a shot. Not the greatest, but not the worst.
I mean, I have 1 land, so I'm gonna mulligan.
All right. Well, we have slightly more than 1 land, but we're gonna need to draw some lands for sure.
All right, let's see if we can get a playable 6.
Got my first turn play just already laid out.
Just already there. Why you do this to me, deck?
2 Mutavaults, the perfect hand.
No, just too much land. Yeah, I'm actually just going to go ahead and keep it.
All right.
I don't want to go to 5. I'm on the draw. See what happens.
I'm going to scry. It is not a land. I'll throw it to the bottom. Although that would have been a good one, unfortunately.
Go ahead.
If we knew that the card afterwards was land, I would keep it. Go.
Oh, it's not bad. Good.
Come on, land. Go.
Man, that's real good for us.
The old 27 lander.
Good.
I do have the gainsay, though.
Oh, jeez.
Counter target blue spell. Come on, Dak. Yes. Go.
Man, that was rough.
That was gas, some say.
That was real rough.
Yep.
Go ahead. God, you had your one up gainsay. That's why you kept that hand with no
Had it.
lands. 2 in a row?
Yeah. I think we just have to Banishing Light that thing. I don't know. I don't like to do that, but we really have nothing else, so. Maybe he's just mono expensive cards. We are at 18.
Go ahead.
Alright. Well, I'm going to go ahead and... So we can play one of these two. And I think we just want to Sphinxes for 1. Alright, we're at 19. Go. No. And we're going to take a lot. Alright, so 7.
Yep.
I'm at 12.
Good.
Really wish we could have drawn either an untapped land or drawn that last turn. So that would make our line of play a lot easier. I feel like he has a counter, but I'm just going to play Vanishing Light again.
It will resolve.
Master Waves.
Alright, I'll wrap it in position.
Sure. And I'll play Go Gate. Go.
Alright. Non-land spell.
I'm at 7.
Go.
Well. This is... situation where, again, I wish I'd drawn a land. But I think I have to just play a Precinct Captain. Good. And I have to, unfortunately, cast Attention Sphere.
Yep.
Frog Lizard. And I'm just going to say go. I could have also fired off this, but it just seems a little risky with myself at 7 life. It'll nick this.
Go ahead.
So that's strong. Very strong. Draw. I will attack with the Precinct Captain.
18.
And we get ourselves a soldier. And I'll play Elspeth. No.
Just drew it.
Had it.
Scry. Does nothing.
Old Goggles. You're up.
They do nothing. Sounds not bad. Battle.
I'm gonna go ahead and chump block. Preserve our life total here.
Go.
Things are getting a bit weird. Well, they always say the best time for Dirty H is right now. So
Yep.
go ahead and play a Heliod, and we'll pass the turn. He is active.
Yep.
And draw. Revolution for 3.
Yep.
Alright, we're at 10. Draw 3. 1, 2, 3. Scry. Yep, we'll keep that. Does things. And I'll just pass the turn. Leave Heliod on defense. How's that island deck treating you over there?
I got a bunch.
I'm going to cast Banishing Lights.
Sure.
Frostburn Weird.
Yep.
And I will attack.
Yeah, switch lights, right?
Yeah, I did it the wrong way.
I'll take 7.
Alright. Down to 11, and I'll play Hallowed Fountain. Say go. Okay.
Go.
I will make a cleric. Play Detention Sphere.
Yep, we got it.
Alright.
And the classic screw always beats flood.
Yep.
I just had more lands.
Also, the reason I kept that is because we had this in our opening hand, but you never played a Thassus, so just a waste.
Nope. Game 4?
Game 4.
Alright. I'll get to go first.
Yes.
And I'll keep.
This is super tempting. We have all these in 2 mismatched planes, but I'm going to go ahead and ship it back. Since
That seems like a Braun-Duin hand.
Yeah, oh yeah, it's a almost a snap keep. Go-get on top, 2 go-gets on top.
Got there.
Can't lose. All right, we are back for the 6 best cards this side of the Mississippi. Well, that's a much better 6, so we're definitely gonna keep this.
Go ahead.
All right, draw. I don't actually know what I want to draw yet, so I'm actually gonna leave the Guild Gate instead of this.
Oh, Frostburny.
Oh, he's out there. Oh, we haven't seen that one yet. I'm still just gonna shock myself here though. And Precinct Captain. Try to bring home the bacon. You're up. And other things, but mostly just the bacon.
Okay, so I'm going to play one of these. It's probably going to be this. And if that's the case, then I think that I want to not attack with the Frostburn Weird. Because getting 1 point of damage isn't worth him having a removal spell for this, and then making a token with his Precinct Captain. So I'm just going to play a Spectre and pass.
Sounds like a plan. So we could play this, which really doesn't do a whole lot. Or we could play this, which seems a lot better. So I'm actually gonna play Mana Confluence and take a point to Detention Sphere this thing. So 17 for me, and I'll just pass the turn.
Okay. So we still don't have a whole lot of action yet. But we're just going to get this into play.
Okay.
And then I'll pass.
Draw. That could be a good one at some point in this game. I'm gonna go ahead and scry with Temple. Oh, that was the card we were looking for. So we'll keep that on top, play Spear, and pass the turn.
Alright, so we're going to scry.
Yep.
And we're going to put this on the bottom. I don't want to draw this card. No drop. Now just pass.
Alright, well, he probably has some sort of counter magic. He's just not playing anything. With that being said, I still think we just go ahead and add 5, Nykthos, and play Archangel of Thune.
Yep, we'll dissolve.
Alright.
Scry 1 from the dissolve. And this card is fine, so we'll keep this on top.
And go. Still can't really attack.
We're going to scry, keep this one, we'll draw it.
How lucky.
Very lucky.
Kept it on top.
Right on top. And we'll play a land. And can't really attack, so we'll just pass.
Okay. So nothing really happening. So go ahead and scry and see what we scry into. That's a tough one to say. I think we're gonna bottom it because I think we're looking for some, bigger guns at this point. I'll play another Precinct Captain. And I'll just pass the turn.
Upkeep, we're going to scry.
Yep.
And we'll keep that.
I'm guessing it has blue colors and it's probably a Master Waves. Yep.
Trigger 2, 3, 4. And then I'll pass the turn.
Alright, draw. See, we're at 17. I'll try Brimaz.
Results.
Okay. And I'll attack with both.
So we can flash in a dictate. Which I think I'm fine with if he does. At 17. that.
Sure. All right. Those bounce, that thing does.
Yep.
Go.
All right. Scratch.
Yep.
Yep. Keep it.
Uh-oh. Another Master Waves?
Yep.
All right.
Triggers.
Yep.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So his spear is active. So I think that I actually just want to only attack with my Thassa. Since the spear cannot destroy it. Yep, just Thassa.
Yeah, I think we just have to take it, because I think we're gonna have to hope on this card be able to do it. So, I'll take 5. I'm at 12.
I'll pass.
All right. Well, I feel like the last card in his hand's dissolve, but I can't play around it, so Angel Serenity. And we're adding 9 mana to the pool.
Jeez. Yep.
Alright, so basically there's a million options here. There's two Master of Waves are 100% going under, so we can already grab these. And then the last one can either be Thassa, Frostburn Weird, or my own Archangel. I think my own Archangel is the worst option, because if he doesn't have like any kind of removal type spell, then we just lose value there. We can take the Thassa, which leaves him with just a Frostburn Weird, or we can take the Weird and leaving him with just a Thassa. So if we take the Weird, we get to attack with all of these and connect. You're still at 20, right?
Yeah.
So that's only, I guess that's 12 damage. But if he has a way to like bounce this or otherwise remove it, yeah, I think we take the Frostburn Weird.
Yep.
I think that's the right play. And then attacks, send in everything, including a cat. So this is 6 plus 6 is 12.
8.
And I get 2 soldiers. And it's your play.
Scry.
Yep.
I think that I actually want to draw this, since we're going to get to a point where we're going to want to be casting like just a boatload of spells next turn. So yeah, we'll draw this. And don't think there's any reason to wait. Don't want to let him draw a card because then he could just counter it. And I don't care what's in play when. So I will pass the turn and keep working over this.
Yep. I had a feeling that was coming. Alright,
So
so
this goes into play. These go back to my hand.
and I'll draw for turn.
I had at the turn I tapped out for the second master. I wonder if it was right to just wait on that instead of tap out for the master.
Alright, so I think we actually wanted Detention Sphere his Thassa. Because we have the Angel Serenity, so without a Thassa in play, like, the Master of Waves and stuff isn't nearly as scary. I do kind of want to play this card, though. So maybe we play, let's see. I can play Precinct, Precinct. Yeah, I think I actually do that. It's probably better. So I just play Precinct Captain, Precinct Captain, and then take a point and play Dawnbringer Charioteers. And now we're gonna let's see. We're gonna take a lot of damage, but we'll have D-Sphere and Angel Serenity next turn. So hopefully that's good enough. Go. And we're also threatening lethal with Spear, so.
Alright, so I'll scry.
Yep.
And this does nothing, so we'll bottom it. And we'll draw. And that also basically does nothing. So I can cast both of these. This gives me 8 for the other two. Then we can just play so I think, what does he have that I could draw off of his deck? Basically nothing, because I don't have any white mana. Yeah, Cyclonic Rift in his deck, I could hit that.
Yep.
Alright, so I can unblockable attack if I hit Cyclonic Rift. I can play a 2-drop, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 7 overload. Alright, we'll give it a shot.
Alright.
Alright, unblockable.
Yep.
Dose.
Down to 9.
Come on. That's not Cyclonic Rift.
I'll take it. I would have taken it.
So, yeah, I'm actually just dead to Angel plus Spear. Yeah, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm dead to Angel plus Spear.
Alright.
The finale.
Well, my first card was Heliod, so I'm keeping. Regardless
Duh.
of the other 7. Keep.
Alright, I'm going to keep 2. Since
Luck.
I'm sure we're just going to get Detention Sphere. Go.
Go.
Weird go.
Ooh. I will match your weird with a Precinct Captain.
Yeah, you always do.
Yep. That's how I roll.
Alright, Spectre pass. Didn't this what happened last game? Is it going away? It's not going away?
Not
Oh,
going
that's
away.
good news.
Just playing a Spear. Saying go.
Yeah, you can have that Spear. All day. Every day.
I'm at 18.
Trigger. And a hallowed fountain.
Well, I definitely didn't want it, so.
Hello, fountain. Alright, well. We're just actually going to play our own land. Get this guy out here. And then I'll pass.
just gonna play his own land, he says.
I probably should have just shocked myself, but oh well.
Well, I'm just gonna cast Heliod, God of the Sun. Actually, I'll float through Nykthos and do that.
You got it.
Oh, I got it alright. Got a Heliod out there. Go.
Yeah, I think we actually want to do this here. I'm gonna bounce this guy.
Can't block.
Can't block. So if I play this land, I can pump 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 damage to you.
Is that Nykthos?
No, I don't have that close.
18.
We'll attack.
No locks.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll just do 8 damage.
Alright, so I go to 10.
Trigger. It's a planes.
God, I'm glad I'm not drawing this.
Yeah, right. And we'll play this Coffin Raptor.
Strong?
Yeah, the old O1. And I'll pass.
Well, I've seen worse. I think we just recast Precinct Captain. And I don't think we can afford to attack with Heliod here, since we don't really want to take unnecessary damage. So I will just pass.
Okay. So, Angel of Serenity is just like the scariest card in his deck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you could cast it next turn if you have it. I actually think that I'm better off just doing these. So that. So that, pump once. So 2, 3, 4, 5 damage. That puts lethal in the air. So if he's assigned as a blocker and then is no longer a creature, the creature's still blocked, just like if you would have removed a blocker, right?
Yep.
Okay, that's what I thought. You have how many cards?
4.
Alright, so yeah, we'll play this.
Sure.
Yeah, like I want to wait to overload this, but I just can't afford to outright lose to an Angel Serenity next turn. I just kind of want to keep the pressure on. So we're going to bounce here.
Alright, so now I have to decide how I want to play.
If you want to make a cleric or not.
I can make a cleric. I can use Spear, but we're taking 1, 2, potentially 8 damage if I use Spear, which still puts me in kind of a bad spot. Or 1, 2. Or I think this is probably the best. Just gonna go ahead and flash in that Dictate. Yeah. Old.
That is pretty good.
Keeping Heliod a guy.
And it still lets you cast Angel Strand the next turn. Jeez, that was bad for me.
How does that Dictate of Heliod mess your plans up? How's that Dictate? Yep.
Jeez.
Still not in the best position here.
Yeah, I think I still just want to do 5 damage to you to make these guys lethal. I'll pump the one you don't block.
Alright, so I take 5, go to 5.
Get a trigger on Nightbill Spectre.
Mana Confluence.
Alright, go ahead. Hopefully you don't have Angel Serenity.
Oh, I do not have an Angel Serenity.
I think
Still
you
don't.
should have another Angel. That'd be just as good.
Still do not.
The 2/4 or the 3/4. Yeah, maybe I should have just held on that Cyclonic Rift. Oh man. Sometimes we don't play our best, folks.
Alright, well, I have 5.
One of Dictative here.
Had it.
Rats.
I'll play Mana Confluence. I think I have to, let's see, I'm just dead to the Flyers. So I think I have to just add 5.
Rev for 5?
Yeah, take 1 and rev for 5.
Alright, so you got a 4.
And then a
Rev for
9, yep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And pass. I have to probably discard, yeah. I'll just discard this as Aureus Guildgate.
Oh, it just does a whole bunch of nothing.
Perfect. Sadly, you can pretty much cast anything you hit off the top of my deck. Alright, I take 5.
Yep. 2 triggers.
Oh god.
Oh man. Oh man. Oh buddy. I guess I could just do that. Although, if you have one, and you get back the Angel, I mean, I still just have to cast it. Cuts down a little bit of your mana, but yeah.
Okay.
I hit Heliod and my Frostburn right over here. Go ahead.
Well, my Sphinx's Revelation was a complete and utter brick.
So you don't have
probably
Cyclonic Rift
gonna
or Angel
lose.
Serenity? Oh, this guy triggers too.
Lucky.
Not often do you see a 1/2 Cloudfin Raptor triggering off of Angel
So
Serenity.
I'm at 4, and that's 11, so... yeah, I drew very badly off that.
Oh man.
I think if I have any outs here. That's 6.
Well, on the bright side, I only hit one spell off of all my Nightfall Spectre triggers.
I would have drawn it even worse.
4 lands, Angel of Serenity.
Unfortunately, all your creatures fly. Otherwise, Elspeth would have been fine. Let's see. So, I haven't played a land yet. So I think I have to, I can add 4 mana.
Play another Nykthos.
Yeah, play a Precinct Captain, play another Nykthos, and add 6, 7, 8. If
you have 9, not counting the Confluence.
6. So you have 11 power in the air, unfortunately. Trying to think. Let's see, if I have Revelation, so I can Revelation for a ton, but unfortunately...
You have to use Confluence for the second blue, and it'll put you exactly at 11.
Yeah. Unless I
can rev for 8, right?
Unless I can figure out another way to get more mana out of this. So if I... 6... Like, if I play the Precinct first, then I only have 1 white.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's something I can do here. Add 4.
And 4 Precinct.
Maybe I play double Precinct. What is that? But then I don't have enough.
Yeah. You don't have enough blue to rev again.
So add 4, play a Precinct Captain, puts me down to 2. Oh wait, 6, 7. Yeah, I can only rev for 6, right?
You can get 9 mana.
Yeah.
Actually, that might put you at 9.
What if I rev for 3? And okay, what if I play Precinct Captain? And then another Nykthos. So I have 2 in the pool. 6. 7, 8, 9. So if I rev for 3, I would still take damage, go to 6. I was thinking I could hit Banishing Light for Angel. So I have 6 in the pool now?
Yeah, then you still take 6 damage.
Yeah, and I would still take exactly 6. Yeah, I think I'm just dead. What if I... No, yeah, I still have to take a damage from there.
Could you... Does a Charioteer save you? Like if you rev for 2 and draw into Charioteers? Because, I mean, it's going to be 5 power.
Yeah, I think that does save me. So
that blanks this. You'd be at 5 and you'd still die from these guys, though. That's the problem.
No, because my Charioteers would be a 5 power guy.
Yeah, he's going to blank this. This is 5 power.
But I gain 5 life.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you'd have to draw into a Charioteers.
Alright, so I added 6. So I have 9 in my pool. So rev for 2.
Yeah, we do 4, and if you draw a Charioteers.
So that puts me down to 2, but then back to 4. But puts me down to 3, then up to 5.
Up to 5, yeah.
Yeah, and if I draw Charioteers, and I don't, so I'm dead. Okay.
At least we figured out that you had an out.
Yep.
And I just had lands coming.
Alright, we are back for the conclusion of white versus blue. Similar to red versus blue.
Similar.
But,
less masks and helmets.
Yeah. A lot cleaner overall. There's one dirty H in there, but...
One dirty H.
Two dirty H's. But, so we had white devotion against blue devotion to determine what's the second best devotion color in Standard right now behind black devotion. But
yeah,
I thought it was an interesting match. We got to see some of the new cards. Hall of Triumph was pretty good.
Yeah, Hall of Triumph was really sweet.
It seemed like every time you drew it, I was pretty scared.
Yeah, for sure.
It seemed really good, actually.
Yeah, I feel like this is just a good way to show how, like, when you have 2 different devotion decks that are battling, when one deck has, like, a lot of interactions and a bunch of Nykthos, they're usually going to have an edge unless they just get pooped on by the other deck, drawing just the right mix of cards at the start of the game. Because I felt like any time that you were able to just go like Detention Sphere on something into like having a Nykthos for like turns 5, 6, or 7, I was just really far behind. And even the games that I won, I still was just like dead to any particular card that you could draw.
Yeah, I mean, I don't feel like I was that far ahead though, because like at least historically this has been a really bad matchup for White Devotion. So, it was a close matchup, I thought, and like there were a few games where like your draw wasn't that great and I ended up winning.
Yeah.
Likewise, I had a few games where my draw wasn't that great, and like either through hitting an Angel Serenity or whatever, I was able to still win. But yeah, it does seem like, I mean, kind of like any Devotion battle, like whoever gets out first on the board usually ends up winning.
Usually.
Like the other person has to try to catch up, and it's like both of these decks have the ability to catch up, but it's much easier when you start out ahead.
Yeah.
So like if I have like the Precinct and the Spear draw on the play or something, or like you have like 2-drop into 3-drop into Master, then like I'm just so far behind. It's hard to catch up. It's hard to play catch up for both decks.
Yeah. Nykthos is very powerful though.
Yeah, Nykthos is very, very powerful. Got to see that last game. Could have done some things if you didn't hit my Angel Serenity. Probably could have done some serious things.
That's pretty nice. I didn't think that I would ever be casting an Angel Serenity out of this deck, that's for sure.
Yeah. 2 planes and a Hallowed Fountain.
Yep.
That is Nightville Spectre. Gotta hate him. I mean,
God, that card
gotta
is
love him.
Still so good.
Yeah. So, how did you feel about Flying then?
I think it's probably still better than Judge's Familiar.
It seemed like you were able to get to. There were a lot of games where you had 7 mana.
Yeah, I feel like, and we talked about it in between one of the sideboarded games, that I thought I probably should have had the Harpy in over Cloudfin Raptor. Still not sure, just because like your deck has a lot of ways to get rid of the Harpy.
Yeah.
And I would hate to invest 7 mana into something for you to like handle it with 2 or 3 mana. So it's really going to be better against decks like Monsters, where they just like don't really have any way to get rid of it.
Take that Stormbreath Dragon.
Yeah. Or Polykranos or whatever.
Do you think having that card makes Nykthos more appealing?
Absolutely.
Do you think you should have like maybe 2 Nykthos and 2 Cyclonic Rifts and things like that to just really play into that, or?
Yeah, I feel like Harpy, could make you want to play more Nykthos, more Rifts, more cheaper permanents. So, like still having the Omen Speakers, like that kind of stuff might end up being good.
Maybe stuff like Claustrophobia or Domestication.
Yeah, but then you don't really have room for all these cards, so that's the tough part.
You can cut something. I don't know.
I mean Dax only gives you 1 blue devotion.
Yeah, get it out of there.
Get it out of there. Yeah, but I mean the card definitely felt good. I cast multiple 7 mana spells. Your Angel overloaded a Rift one game. There's one game where I was just like super flooded.
And if you had drawn a Rift, you would have, been able to.
Yeah, like I really like the Bestow cards because they allow you to play Magic. Whether you're playing actual Magic or you're not really playing Magic, they still give you outs when you draw them.
Yeah, I like that too. I like this deck. It seemed like, I did side out Soldier, so my deck became slower in post-board games, but I still don't think Soldier is necessarily where I wanted to be.
Mm-hmm.
But I feel like it's like maybe a journey to nowhere away from being where it wants to be. Just something cheap, like something that like just some really cheap spell that's gonna up devotion and kind of interact like there's Spear and there's the D-Sphere effects and stuff, but those are kind of a little slower. Spear actually didn't do a whole lot in this matchup, which I've actually had the reverse feeling on Spear before, where it's really good against like Specters and things, but it didn't do a whole lot here. Maybe I should have sided them out. I'm not sure. But, I don't know. I feel like this deck's missing a couple of cheap cards, but I was actually really happy with the Charioteers.
Yeah, they seemed good.
Yeah, they seemed really good. And Dictate only saw it once, but it was pretty sweet. I actually got to flash it in for value, too.
I mean, I feel like most of the time you're going to be flashing it in unless you're like already way ahead on board and pummeling your opponent.
Yeah. So I got to flash it in to surprise Keep Heliod a creature, which actually bought me like 2 turns.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Like
So-
it kept you out of creature and gave you mana to rev the following turn with your Nykthos. So
Yeah, and then Banishing Light, having more O-Ring effects is good in this deck.
yeah, maybe it's right just to play more. Like maybe that's the card that you're looking for. Like,
Yeah, just play 6 or something, or 7.
It's a turn slower, but it handles everything.
Yeah, it does. I don't know. Yeah, maybe there's something like in M15 that'll help. I'm just looking for like just something that costs like double white, you know.
Double white,
Yeah.
like a Ruined Halo.
Yes. Yeah, like a Ruined Halo type card would be perfect. I'll just name.
You heard him, Jerry Thompson. You're over there.
Yeah.
Give us that Ruined Halo. BBD needs it.
Need that Ruined Halo. I don't even know if it would be good, but I'll take it anyway. So, but yeah, definitely some interesting stuff. Yeah.
So can we expect to see you sleeving up basic land planes in Cincinnati?
Yes, probably, but probably not for this deck.
Not for this deck?
Probably still have basic land planes. Yeah.
It does cast Elspeth.
It does. I'll tell you what, you can expect to see me sleeving up Elspeth. There's about a 97% chance of that.
I'll take the over.
Yeah.
Always take it. So yeah, these were our updated decks. Mono Blue doesn't really get that many updates, but I think that Hall was very good. I expect to see that card being played in monocolor decks as we move forward.
I actually think that Hall is like actually exceptionally good, like to the point where it could just propel Mono Blue back to tier 1. Maybe that's a wrong prediction, but I just think that card is just insane. Like Master of Waves is already just so powerful. That if you play a Master of Waves and your opponent can't kill it, the game almost always just ends immediately. And having the ability to play like Hall of Triumph to just keep your Master around is just like, I don't know, I think it's unbelievable. Like even like Frostburn into Hall into Master of Waves, like how do people beat that? I mean, if they don't kill the Master, they die. If they kill the Master, they probably still die. I mean,
that's true. I also like that it's colorless, and you can curve into a Burning Emissary on turn 3.
You disgust me, all right? That is disgusting. All right.
So we will be in Cincinnati this weekend, battling. It's the first Open since the set's been out, so we're excited to see. I've actually historically done very well in formats where things have changed like that. Like I won the Standard Open after Dragon's Maze came out. I won the first Legacy Open after Mental Misstep was printed. So hopefully we can figure out the Mental Misstep or Voice of Resurgence from this set and see if we can take the crown in Cincinnati. Make sure you guys stop by and say hi. We'll be there hanging out and battling like we do.
At least for the first 2 rounds I'll be battling.
Yeah,
who knows after that?
At least for the first 2 rounds.
After that it's anyone's game, but
so hopefully some new decks come out of Cincinnati, so we'll have some more new decks to play for you guys next week. But thank you very much for stopping by and hanging out with us this week. For BBD, CVM saying goodbye.
See ya.